Hey there, Commanders. Welcome back. Chesty Puller here. This video is for Onslaught, waves 21 through 34. Most of the medium to higher levels are not going to need to watch this, but for those of you that are struggling with it, I did make the video for you. For my base, it's pretty much just click defend and have everything on aggressive, and they don't normally get very far. Now, 1 through 20 is exceedingly easy. I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with 1 through 20. There is a video out for 1 through 20, but it's literally just no technique or anything at all. I didn't even put on my power plants on overdrive, and so it's not really much to watch, and I think just about anybody can get through 1 through 20 no problem. You'll notice here that every single time I put my power plants into overdrive, just out of habit, and if there's a damaged power plant, you just stop the overdrive, repair it, the plant, because it repairs in less than 5 minutes, and then put it back in overdrive, do an instant repair on it, and then fill up your thorium operated defense units such as your Overwatch and your defense silo and your CC if your CC happens to be working. In my case, my CC is an upgrade to level 9 and it does not work. So that's a large part of your defense that is not working if your CC is in upgrade right now. I think that Kixeye planned that. There is one improvement, however, over the last event, and that is that now you have the ability to put night owls in your drone silos. They didn't have night owls on the first Onslaught event. They came after the first phase of it, after the event. On the second phase, you might have unlocked your night owls, but had you built them yet and installed them, that was the next question. What were you doing on your base, and did you know that the night owls were good? And I actually I couldn't build my night owls. The reason is that I had cyclones being built, and I had started building them in the middle of the event before the second phase of Onslaught had unlocked, and by the time it was over, I was still building cyclones, so I had in my queue to build a bunch of night owls, but they didn't get built in time, and but now we have the night owls, and because of that makes this Onslaught event slightly easier, because previously without the night owls you would have to kill everything, all the ultra tanks and everything, which are difficult to kill, and all of the harder to kill units like the BFGX and things like that without night owls, and that would have been difficult. So this event has its downside because we're not able to use our CC turrets, and it has its positive because we can use the night owls. So for me, this event was much easier because of the advent of the night owls, and I'm hoping that it will be that way for everyone else as well. And so waves 21 through 34, this is pretty much it. It's just defend, replace the thorium, and put your power plants back into overdrive. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll continue watching the video here to see if I can add any more pointers to anybody on some of these levels as they're coming up. They are beginning to get a little bit more difficult, but really nothing very challenging. And I'd also like to add that you notice that I'm not using my mines, and I've got my mines up against my wall here, keeping them protected. There's a good reason for that. That is, I don't want to repair my mines every single attack, and even if I did, they'd all end up getting destroyed by you know, wave 15, they'd all be dead anyway, and then they wouldn't be good anyway. So I like to save them up here in the corner. If I ever came across a wave where I was really struggling with it, then I would place them out for that wave and then heal them again and put them back. For normal player, first player defense, I do have them out, but for this event, to keep them sort of protected, I keep them up against the wall. Additionally, you'll notice I'm not using a defensive op, but that would be my other recommendation, that you know, put some kind of a defensive op out there. Just keep in mind that whatever defensive op you have, they all have weaknesses. For instance, Terrible 2, you wouldn't want to run your Titans directly at Special Forces. I run them at the Special Forces and then turn them sideways so that the Special Forces are distracted with the wingmen. You wouldn't want to run your Viper X right at a group of Scorchers and so on. So that's pretty much it for 21 through 34. I hope it was helpful. Again, put your power plants in overdrive, fill your thorium, operated defenses, use a defensive op, and if you need to, use your mines, and you should not have any problems getting through these waves here. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below, and I appreciate you guys subscribing, and have a good one. And one other thing I'd like to point out would be a good tip. You'll notice my thorium is relatively full, and on level 35 I will receive 10 million thorium. So this is why I'm taking a break here, so I can spend my thorium. You guys do the same. Don't waste that thorium or those metals. See you later. Take out a Viper X. They're not very effective against Special Forces, but a defensive op of some